Hi everyone, it's Kelly here.
And Anita.
And we are going to be talking about getting back into the community and easing back into work. And we've looked at a couple of different communication areas that we think might need a little bit more support. So we're going to talk about them today. And the first one is being appreciative of being back at work. So what does that mean?
I know for me, it means getting ready and getting back in the mindset that I get up on time and I'm dressed and I'm happy. I'm happy to get back out there. I think one thing we have to just be positive about and not focus on how long we've been off or anything.
Yeah, and it'll be one of those things where maybe some people got to go back to work a little bit earlier than us, and maybe we really were ready to go back to work, but it just wasn't time. And so when we get to go back finally, it'll be a celebration that we get to go back and that we have our job still, and just thanking our bosses for having that opportunity to come back.
Definitely. Yeah, because that's what, and getting to see all our coworkers and things, and it may look different when we go back. Right. There may not be everybody that was there before too. We're all going to be experiencing that some people have been let go, or they've gone on to do other jobs that they wanted to do. And so our jobs may look really different. We may have new tasks. What do you think, Kelly?
I completely agree. I'm ready to go back and see my coworkers, but you're right. Some people might not be there. We might have different faces that we're not used to seeing, but we are used to working with. Maybe they work in different shifts, and so they're there with us. I'm wondering how much of my job is going to change when I go back. Maybe instead of being out in the field at different stores and different places, I'm wondering if I'm going to spend more time in the building, maybe supporting other people, or doing different tasks that maybe I'm not used to doing all the time. But we'll see.
Yeah. And that's very true. So one thing I think as hipsters and as staff of My Possibilities, we've learned is flexibility and just being ready to have that, yes, I can, yes, I will attitude.
And teamwork. I mean, with being flexible, it also means being a team player. And if maybe you need something and I'm there to help, then I can step in and support you. And maybe if I'm needing to do something I'm not used to doing, then being able to work as a team and looking for your support or other people that I'm working with support.
That's great. Yeah. What about like masks and things? Do you think that we'll have to wear those? I know My Possibilities been talking about maybe something. I don't know.
Well, I'm not really used to wearing a mask because I spend a lot of time at home, but I think I'm probably going to be expected at some point to wear one. And, it's not my favorite thing to wear, but I think that it's definitely a possibility that we'll have to wear them. And, I'm okay with that. I'm just glad that I have a place to go back to work, and I know that I might need to wear gloves. Might need to wash my hands more often. I might need to separate myself from everybody, maybe not give hugs right away or high fives, more just wave, stuff like that. But I think I'm able to rise to the challenge and be flexible and help out. What do you think? Are you ready for masks and gloves?
I've been wearing a mask a lot when I'm out, and gloves. Yes, not as much as I should maybe, but and I think it's okay because we want to protect ourselves, and we also want to protect our friends and our people that we're around and that. I definitely think if things are going to change. Like, you know, I'm seeing on the, news and things, no handshakes or, fist bumps maybe, or something that, what do they call it? That social distancing, where we kind of keep our space and ourselves safe and that. So I
Right.
think it'll be a change.
And I think that no matter where we go, and maybe you might agree to this, that before we go back in, whether it's to work or to my possibilities, that we're going to know the expectations ahead of time, right? So
Yes.
if our supervisor says that we're going to get to come back in 4 weeks, 5 weeks, but just be prepared to still social distance and wear gloves and masks and engaging in more hygiene activities than we're used to, then or sanitation activities that we're not exactly used to. I think that now is a good time to start practicing that so that we can get into that. But I mean, I don't know. What do you think? Do you think that our supervisors will let us know beforehand?
Oh, yeah, I do, because I think everybody's kind of getting a plan in place. I know my possibilities is. So I think
Mhm.
our workplaces will be getting a plan in place for us. And, that's good. That way everybody will know, and we'll have everything up front. Um, so I think it'll be great just to be able to get out and go back to work or go to MP and see our friends.
I cannot wait. I'm kind of nervous though because I haven't been around my friends in a long time and I haven't been around my coworkers in a long time, and I'm kind of wondering, like, you know, what am I going to talk about since I've just been home, and what is that going to look like seeing my coworkers again for the first time in a while? Do you have any thoughts? Are you nervous about that too?
Yeah, I think, like we've always said, is keep your topics, very um, open and friendly, and that, not too personal, and I don't think you have to tell everything you did, like if you ate breakfast or you ate lunch or you ate dinner or you walked the dog. I think, just kind of being happy to see them, and always asking how they're doing and how is their family, and that is important.
That makes a lot of sense, especially because, I mean, while nobody really knows a lot of what I'm doing, I don't really know what they're doing either, or what they've been up to. So you're right. It's good to let them know a little bit and then ask them. We just never know what other people have gone through, or maybe they learned a new skill. So it's really neat to talk to them about that. Thanks for that reminder.
Yeah. I think it's good, that we're all just ready to work, happy to work, and focus on that. And then, with your other friends, and that, people maybe not at work, you can tell them, more of your personal things. But work, we keep very much why we're here and what we're here to do.
You're right, especially after a while of not being there. Um, Things with being flexible and things changing a little bit, we may need to focus more on just getting work done, and not as much of the talking and socializing that we're used to. But once everything starts going and we're back in our routine, and things are fully back to normal, then we'll be able to have that time again. But you're right. I think I feel a lot better about going back in and transitioning in. My last
Good.
question for you is, what are you going to do to prepare yourself for getting back to work? I mean, I'm trying to get back on a schedule, but what about
Well,
you?
yeah, I'm getting up, early now, and not, staying just hanging out in the house. I've always had work to do here too, but yeah, get up, get back on your routine, your schedule. I think more by the middle to the end of this month, we may have a better idea of what some of this looks like, if things are going to open back up, and you know, it may be another month. I mean, it's one of those things that's really hard to tell.
Okay. So we just got to stay positive and remember that all of our days are worth, you know, getting out there and doing something about, but because we're not able to leave our homes, just making the most out of our days and preparing ourselves mentally and physically for getting back into work and just back in the community, and you know, just appreciating that we still have an opportunity and being flexible and a team player, and just being able to get ready for that is going to be super exciting.
It's going to be great. Yeah,
Thank you so much, Anita.
Thank you, Kelly.
It was nice talking to you. I'll see you later.
All right. Bye.
Bye.